we are told by the rich countries that, look, I mean, all these policies you are using, they are crazy. Huh? When you look at their history, you know it's not true. So you go back to them with that, and they say, oh yeah, probably, you know, I didn't know about that, but, you know, at least we know that. I mean, these policies didn't work, you know. In the developing countries, when they try to use protectionism and so on, they didn't work. So you shouldn't use this. Yeah? But this is like arguing that, look, some people went to school and didn't do well, so we should abolish schools. Yeah? No, because I mean, lots of wrong things were done in the 50s and 60s and 70s in some developing countries. But this is not, I mean, a proof against the fundamental idea of infant industry protection. Huh? The method was wrong, and probably the goal was also wrong. So probably the easiest way to make this point is to compare South Korea, Brazil, and India in those days. So the Brazilians, none of these countries could build nice cars in the 50s and 60s. But the Brazilians said, we cannot build nice cars, but we want nice cars. So let's invite foreign companies like Renault and Fiat and Ford and ask them to come and build nice cars for us so that we can drive around in these nice cars. Huh? The Indian approach was, nice cars are imperialist conspiracy. Huh? We don't want nice cars. So they kept reproducing 1950s Austin Ambassador, and by the 80s, you know, that car became an international joke. Yeah? Well, it's not even as if you invented that car. You know, it's an old British model. Yeah? The Korean approach was, well, we cannot build nice cars, so we are going to drive around in shit cars until we can build nice cars. Yeah? And that's what they did. Yeah? I mean, initially, Hyundai, which is also big in India, this is a company whose daily production of cars was 6. Yeah? So over the whole year, even if they work 365 days, 2,000 cars. Yeah? I still remember in 1977, there's a huge kind of headline in the Korean newspapers saying, Korea export is first cars. Yeah? It turns out that we sold 6 cars to Ecuador. Yeah? Where we probably paid them to buy the cars. Yeah? But the point is that according to the free market orthodoxy, that kind of industry should be scrapped. Yeah? And then what would have Korea ended up with? Yeah? No, we don't even have enough raw material to export. Yeah? So it would have remained a very poor country. Yeah? So the principle is the right one. Yeah? Of course, the execution and exactly why you are doing it. Yeah? If you are doing it to preserve some 1950s British technology, it doesn't work. But insofar as your final goal is to join the global economy on the higher terms, this is the only way to do it. Yeah? Unfortunately, today, developing countries are put under constant pressure from the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, the World Trade Organization, and through various bilateral and regional agreements to liberalize their trade, no matter what the state of the economy is, no matter what the state of the industry is. And this is something that we have to change if we are going to build a more pro-developmental global economic system. Thank you.